Say you picked up an extra shift at work or some overtime and that's pushed you over the £100,000 salary threshold. You should be taxed at 40%? No, you're actually taxed at 60%. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's called the £100,000 tax trap. So in this video, I'll explain exactly how the 100,000 tax threshold works and the 3 smart things that you can do to keep more of your take-home pay. This article by A.J. Bell, I'll put it in the description box below if you'd like to read. It shows that if you cross this £100,000 threshold, you're taxed in 2 different ways. One is you pay higher taxes and it's not at 40%, it's actually at 60%, and I'll explain why. And you also, if you have young children, you lose your childcare support and some benefits. This article shows that if you earn over £100,000, you could lose as much as £30,000 in benefits. I'll put all these numbers and show you in a working example. Let's meet Dr. Ramesh. He's a doctor in the NHS. He earns an income of £99,000. And over the course of the year, over 12 months from April to March, he picks up a few extra shifts and he bumped up his salary by £2,000 a year. So his salary now is £101,000 a year. And suddenly he's working more but taking home less. First, he gets hit by the 60% effective tax rate. We all have something called a personal allowance of £12,570. So below this amount, no one pays any tax. But if you earn over £100,000, you lose £1 of this personal allowance for every £2 you earn over £100,000. So effectively, you're taxed twice. Once at the nominal 40% tax rate, and secondly, you're double taxed for losing this personal allowance, effectively making it 60% tax rate for earnings over £100,000. For this Dr. Ramesh, who was earning extra £2,000, the 40% tax is about £800. And because of the loss of his personal allowance, he pays another £200 in tax. And that's £1,000 just in taxes for the £2,000 extra he's earned. But there's further losses in terms of childcare and nursery fees. Let's say Dr. Ramesh has 2 children, and because he's earned over £100,000, he's lost tax-free childcare. That's up to £2,000 per child. So for 2 children, that's £4,000 loss. And you think tax-free childcare is for younger children? It's actually up to the age of 11. It can be used to pay breakfast clubs and after-school clubs. It can be used in certain tuition centers as well. So he could be losing £4,000 in benefits as well as the 60% taxes. Say the children were younger and they were going to nursery, this earning over £100,000, he's lost the 30 hours of additional childcare. He'd still be entitled to the 15 hours, not the 30 hours. The A.J. Bell article that I was referencing to earlier states that if you lose nursery hours for 2 children, the 30 hours, it equates to about £27,000. So putting it all together, Dr. Ramesh, by earning an extra £2,000 in the whole year, he's paid additional 40% tax at £800. Because of the loss of personal allowance, he's paid another £200. By loss of tax-free childcare vouchers, he's paid another £4,000, and 30 hours of that he's lost. The additional 15 hours or 30 hours in total, he's paid an extra £27,000 for his 2 children. So what can you do about it? Now, some of this situation may not apply to you. Maybe you have older children who are not entitled to any of these benefits, or maybe you have only 1 child in nursery, so the losses are less. But essentially, the principle still applies. Earning between £100,000 and £125,000 is the worst place to be tax-wise in the UK. There's 3 things that you can do. One is either earn less than 100k or push yourself really hard and earn over 125k, because by then you've lost all your personal allowance and then you've come back to the marginal tax rate of 40 or 45%. But between 100 and 125 is a worst zone to be. So either work less or work more and stay out of the 60% tax threshold. The other thing you may want to consider is to contribute more towards your pension, either to your employer's pension or to a private pension. By contributing extra to a pension, you reduce your taxable income, so you still keep the 40% taxes as well as the other benefits that you may lose. You need to bring it to below the £100,000 threshold. This is a very common strategy and is used by a lot of people. The next tax efficient strategy may be suitable to some people. This is certainly what me and my husband do between us. He's able to get some of his self-employed income through his limited company, and I'm a basic taxpayer and I've got some of my allowance left. So he gives me a salary. I manage his books and do some admin tasks for him in return, and he pays me a salary. So that way we are more tax efficient. So that's the £100,000 tax trap, and an example to explain that perhaps working harder, you may not come home with more money. And don't worry if you've not known this before, because there's lots of people who've been in this £100,000 and it took years for them to realize. If you've got some information from this video, please like, subscribe, forward it to that friend who may not know about this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.